all know to stay classy, San Diego. But the problem with it is, if your mom can't get you a Serbian Olympic synchronized swimming team with a nice ass in glory yoga pants, trophy-wise, she can't buy that for you, then you might be better off not thinking correctly for the right class. Because when I was in middle school, and I always thought correctly, I was taught correctly, you don't want to be like a black person, but you might have to be, because if your mom can't get you that and she's teaching you, don't say things like, I got to smell the pussy. I got this, excuse me, I got to smell the pussy. But you might want to do that actually, because, your mom's telling you don't do that, but she's not going to be able to get you a, foreign import, let alone a Mercedes. So, you might want to just say, I got to smell the pussy. You're going to learn a lot from it. But when I was in middle school, the boys that were doing that, and this was a very military heavy area, I was in, as we passed by of all places, the Harborside station with the NASCO General Dynamics shipyard in San Diego. Here was the AMR reservation in the, what they called its Hawaiian word, Aliamanu area. And so I went to Radford High School because I was there at Aliamanu Intermediate School. And they were all military families, and they were stationed there from all across the country: Norfolk, Virginia, East Coast, West Coast, Texas, of course, and the Great Lakes. And they were black, and they were doing that. And it's just, you're in this, like, you're thinking correctly. And I went into the boys' bathroom, and this very beautiful woman, this was probably the hottest girl in intermediate school, and she said, and her name was Kim Williams, and she turned out to be very beautiful. In fact, currently, she's under a assumed name, doing work up in LA, had a billboard of her own. But went to the bathroom, and there she was in the boys' bathroom, seated, or actually she was on the toilet. Her legs were on the toilet, and then there was a black guy in there smelling her crotch, and so he was smelled the pussy. And the whole thing was traumatizing. I had to go into the band hall where Mr. Burton, the band teacher, was meeting some prestigious person that had flown in from, like, I think San Diego, that was a Millikan Award winning band teacher or something like that. And so there's sex happening in the restroom, that this needs to be looked at. And, and at the time, of course, you're doing the right thing, reporting something so they can send a letter home showing what a genius this kid is. Like, when I was in elementary, I got all the social engineering Harborside, these people are retarded. I got all the login information on the server for every teacher in the elementary school, because I said I'm helping my teacher with FTP. But okay, and Carrie Tom, I said, well, is it because I was special ed and he wanted to make me feel good about myself, and see why you should get your son out of school? He's too much of a genius. We got to get him out of here. Take your son out of school. But it turns out, no, he really flubbed up, because you're supposed to have separate credentials for FTP versus, on the, let's call it, front end side when they're logging in for putting the grades in. But because I could get report cards, they had to send a letter home. So I guess I'm hooking this guy up with showing the school what a genius he is. They'd have to send a letter home. The principal, Patricia Park at Aliamanu Intermediate School, would have to send a letter home saying this kid's a genius. He was doing sex with the hottest girl in the intermediate school in the bathroom. And okay, you can look at it either way, but the one that says, I got to smell the pussy, ends up getting it. If his mom can't afford, of course, these are military families, so they can't afford to buy a Serbian supermodel, looks good in the Vori yoga pants, all the right curves, all the right places, C-cups, Olympic gold medalist, trophy wife.